this is going to be quite an interesting battle. It's 4 on 3, one large ship against and 2 small, versus the 4 smaller fighters of the rebels. And we've got a traditional match here. It could even be the battle for Endor here, don't you think?
Oh God, yes, I'd love to see that.
And the reason the Phantoms weren't seen? Because they were cloaked. So they were there, you just couldn't see them. They popped up when the camera was not on screen.
It's such a shame that they're expanding universe because they're such good ships. I love them.
Yeah. Now the one thing, one thing that I really love about X-Wing, if you notice in whose bag is it? Duncan's bag, not Duncan's. Come on, about John's bag. He's actually got some wooden range rulers and measuring sticks. Which the really nice thing is X-Wing is you're allowed to use as long as it's authorised by the tournament organiser. Use any range rulers. It's brilliant. So he's got these nice wooden ones from Team Covenant, who pretty much are the market leaders for extra bits and pieces.
Oh yes.
And made me very jealous as I walked past because I have wanted some of those, but they are very expensive.
One of my favourite things to see in X-Wing are fluffy builds, because I don't like seeing Empire versus Empire, Rebels versus Rebels. I like seeing Empire and Rebels, Empire versus Rebels.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what I like seeing it. And you can't get that in tournaments because people got to have a bit of a fair crack of the whip, which I understand. But it is nice when you get good pairings, or you can pick it was just lucky pairings. We just managed to pick which one we wanted to have on camera. Which, yes, we do pick which one to be on camera. So, yes, sorry if you're listening back to this, Kyle. It was my choice that I had you back on here. But, everyone has fun and enjoys themselves. And that's really the main start of the game. If you're not enjoying yourselves, what's the point of being here?
Exactly. And the nice thing is, yeah, I can understand Scum going against Scum because they represent pirate factions, but...
Now you, Alex, have gone up against a TIE Phantom, haven't you?
Yes.
I think we all have, haven't we?
Well, I think all of us have gone up against a TIE Phantom, but he specifically has. He's gone against my TIE Phantom.
Yeah. And I believe that was before the debuff as well.
Yeah, that is true. We should discuss that. We should discuss that.
This is one thing that I've just learned about, that they've actually debuffed. Because to be honest, the original cloaking system, it was really, really out of there. It was so unfair going up against these TIE Phantoms with the original rulings. But what's actually changed with that?
The new rulings indicate that a Phantom at the beginning of the round must declare that it is decloaking, and then it may essentially what's the word I'm looking for? It may decloak, but it has to do it at the start of its phase. It can't.
So that's before you even reveal your dial.
Before it's start of the entire activation phase. The start of the entire activation phase, you've got to reveal your dial.
So you have to pay attention then.
Yeah, and we have asteroid deployment coming up right here, gentlemen. If you see 2 asteroids placed down, close asteroids. It seems to be they're spreading out into like a line formation. Okay. Here we go. So obviously we've got some interesting things going on here. John has decided to place the asteroids really close to his opponent's side, perhaps to try and give that shuttle a bit of difficulty. It is worth noting deployment has not set up, so the shuttle and other ships have not been placed where they're going to start. They'll be placed in pilot skill order. How does deployment start, Ross?
Well, deployment starts with the lowest pilot skilled ship. So in this case, it would be... What's the Omicron pilot 2? So it would either be the Bandit Squadron, Gold Squadron pilot, or the Omicron. So then it comes down to points. Now, both people... No. John is running a 100 points list. So Ben will actually get the initiative on this with only 98 points there. So he'll place his Omicron group pilot first, followed by the Gold Squadron and Bandit Squadron, depending which way John actually wants to place them down. And you just try and assess what the opposition's going to do. It looks like by the asteroid placement that John's actually tried to create 3 channels so he can actually force that Omicron pilot into one specific area, which I would imagine will be lower towards the bottom, where it's a bit more open. Now this is interesting. Most people actually perform a square-on setup. But with the larger ships, and even with the small ships, you can actually deploy on the angle. With the large ships, the rear corner must touch the outside edge of the board. But it does mean that the front of the ship can protrude over the normal range 1 setup area that you have.
And it's the only time it can do that, isn't it?
Yes, it is, yeah. We've got quite an interesting setup. He's put his Phantom and his Interceptor up at the top, which it's a bit odd, that. But I don't fly Phantoms, so even though I own one and I like the ship, I don't often fly Imperials. I suppose with the manoeuvrability of that ship, you want to get in behind. So yeah, that's possibly the right place to put it. And he's leaving his Lambda shuttle lower down to provide the focus. Actually, to be fair, he doesn't have to do much damage to any of the small
there's a fist bump. There's a fist bump at the beginning of the match. Well, it's not still a handshake, but I guess it does the point.
It's more with the lads.
I think John may have a mild hand injury, meaning that he can only do a mild fist bump.
Playing actually with a hand injury, you know that it's on when someone's playing with a hand injury.
So who do you think is going to win out of this, Alex?
I personally am towards John on this one, who's on the left.
Yeah.
I do quite like the other build, but I'm not entirely sure how it's going to play out.
Have you gone through what the actual upgrades do at all? What do they do?
Well, let's have a look. Fire control system. That is not in my book.
That's a sensor upgrade.
Yep, it is a sensor upgrade.
So it takes up a sensor slot, and as soon as you perform an attack, whether it hits or misses, you immediately you can easily acquire a target log, which is again important wording.
Yes.
You can acquire a target log, which means you do not take a target log action, you simply get another target log.
The Mangler cannon is very, very good. That's one of my favourite upgrades at the moment. That's a range 1 to 3 secondary weapon that rolls 3 dice, and you can change one of them up to a critical hit, so you're guaranteed to get a critical hit on your dice. But it has to roll a hit. Veteran Instincts, as we mentioned before, increases your pilot skill up by 2. There's nothing on the others apart from the Gold Squadron. That has a BTLA-4 Y-wing.
We've seen how well that goes.
That actually has proved its worth, as you've seen on the Wednesday. But again, watch that later, not now. What that means is it locks the turret in the forward firing position, but essentially gives you a double tap ability. So you get to fire both weapons, and that is the only ship that can do it properly. Obviously, we mentioned Corin Horn on the Wednesday feed. He gets to fire twice as well, but he then loses his next firing time.
And of course, they've already kind of started the first movements, which an interceptor up there, of course, with its actual fit. Again, another interceptor with its actual fins. I think that's an interceptor.
Yeah, it has.
And also, a lovely paint job. I'm not sure whether that's an original or whether it's simply a repainted TIE interceptor.
It must be repainted because it's got its fins on it. So.
Well, we sometimes have people who have their fins added on at a later stage.
It's darker than the normal interceptor.
These things happen.
Yeah. Toby's ones are reasonably dark.
Toby's are very, very good.
I mean, of all we know, that is actually Toby's work.
Yeah.
Probably is.
Toby is a professional painter, and he is slowly going through pretty much everyone's systems, everyone's ships, painting them up.
He's repainting all my attack wing stuff, I'll tell you that now.
Well, yeah, it's by WizKids, and they're pretty awful. So
we love you, WizKids, if you're listening. not that you would be.
But yeah, so that's BTL A4 is very effective. Part up the R3A2, which I have mentioned. That gives you when you declare the target attack, the defender is inside fire up, you may receive 1 stress token to cause the defender to receive 1 stress token. So whoever he attacks, he doesn't just stress, doesn't just ionize them, he stresses them. And it looks like someone's coming out of cloak.
Yes, that does appear to be.
Ooh.
Oh.
Has he cloaked it off the board?
Oh.
No.
Oh,
That was very tight.
That'd be quite.
that was tight. That was. Oh.
I think it must have been something that's done before.
Yeah.
I think Whisper is wearing very tight leggings.
He's wearing brown. As
or
Deadpool,
underwear.
no, he's as Deadpool says in the thing, he's wearing brown trousers.
I think the opponent's the ones who wear the brown. If that's the case.
Well, yeah. To be fair, he's going up against a Phantom and an Interceptor, so yes.
So and of course, as you can see, the Y-wing is the first one to move that locks. Of course, it's the lowest pilot skill. Here comes the Bandit. Lovely wooden templates. They cost a lot. I would want to get some myself, but they cost so much.
Yeah, they're pretty much out of most people's price range.
They're the kind of they. I expect if you turn up with those, you've got to turn up with a monocle as well. It's one of those ones.
Yes.
Them quite an interesting one. I personally prefer transparent templates because it makes it easier to maneuver them.
I do as well, and also you can see if you go an obstacle or something. Also, the wooden ones, while lovely, they can warp because, of course, it's their wood. And there's a bump there from I think Biggs. Yeah, from Biggs. Also worth noting is that that B-wing has indeed got magnet.
Yes, being magnetized. Yes.
So that's why it's now flying technically upside down, even though there's no right way up with a B-wing.
Nope. I think it's probably magnetized his cockpit as well to keep that as it would be the right way up.
There we go. A 4 forward from the TIE Interceptor, piloted by Sun Tefel, the Baron of the Empire himself.
Yeah, Sun Tefel is currently running Royal TIE Guard upgrade, which means that he can take two modifications.
He gets 2 modification slots instead of just 1, which most ships only have 1. That gives the Interceptor a nice little niche inside the meta.
I think that's actually a very good card. There's been many times that I've fancied putting 2 modifications on.
And he's utilising that well with having a stealth device, which increases, it's not like cloaking, just for people who've not played X-Wing. It's essentially something which gives you an extra defense dice, but if you get hit just once, you lose it.
Yep.
However, to counteract that, you've got auto thrusters.
Yep.
So
that actually means that if you're beyond range 2, or outside the attacker's firing arc, you may change one of your blank results to an evade.
Which, if that Y-wing did not have BTLA, then it would be affected by the turret. But sadly, it's only range 3 at this instance because auto thrusters do activate at range 3 to give them a bit of something against non-turret ships, which is nice.
Well, actually, with turret ships, that would be actually very good because it states actually outside of the firing arc, so it's only the front firing arc that applies there. So turret ships, if you're outside that front firing zone, then you will actually get the extra dice, even at range 1.
Yeah. Well, we won't get the extra dice, but you have to turn a blank to an evade.
Sorry, blank to evade.
But yeah.
So it's very effective.
However, BTLA, of course, locks that turret face forward. So he's got to use the front arc of the Y-wing anyway. Yeah. So it's kind of made auto thrusters null and void, although that's why it has the added bonus of at range 3, it can do the same thing as well. Because I think if you had that and you didn't go against a turret list, it'd be worthless. So they threw in a bit of extra. I like it. I like that FFG kind of think these things out. It seems to be that they're planning their dials. So someone who's not played X-Wing, this is kind of the first phase, planning phase, where people place their dials of the maneuvers they want to do for that ship face down next to said ship. They can adjust any time, as you can see. Who is that? Is that John? John has just quickly adjusted his dial there and placed it back down. Once everyone's placed their dials, maneuvers are set, and then they begin the next phase. So, here we go. The Phantom is cloaked, as can be indicated by that cloak token up there.
So what happens when a Phantom decloaks?
Very good question. It may perform a barrel roll or a boost action, so it can either go forward or to the side. It can strafe, essentially, using the 2, which in fact is doing it right now. And he goes 2 forward or 2 to the side, and that's a decloak. And then he performs his maneuver, but he has to do that decloak at the beginning of the activation phase, which is now. So he's done the decloak. Now everyone reveals their dials to show what they've done in pilot skill order from lowest to highest. So that means the next one to activate should be either the Gold Squadron,
should be the Omicron.
The Omicron, the Bandit, or the Gold Squadron.
It looks like.
Yep. So John has the initiative in this game. So
looks like
the Gold Squadron is going first.
Looks like Ben's actually given up his initiative to go second. Because you would normally have initiative on this.
Yes, you do get the choice of initiative in this instance. Not within range, so no target lock can break. And that's why I think where the shuttle's got its advantage. It can get into range and take a target lock if it wants to, which that's probably not very good on the part of John. It could be that even Ben planned for that. And up goes Z95. Very good point sinks. Well, not point sinks, but very good point efficiency for the Z95. 12 points, same as the TIE Fighter. Bog standard. What more can you ask for?
Essentially, it's a TIE Fighter for the Scum and the Rebels. In fact, the Scum, I think it's cheaper, isn't it? It's 11 points for the basic Scum pilot.
No, it's 12 points. There's no 11-point difference in the game. So let's.
My brain must be misfiring today.
Let's bring up the booth camera so that people see our hideous faces.
Speak for yourself.
I was speaking for myself.
I'm so frightened by my own face.
Interesting move from Biggs there to do a 3-back. Masterful movement there. At least be curious as to what the B-Wing is going to do, but we should soon see. Interesting. I'm wondering what. He's definitely got Biggs in the range 1, so any ship that can attack Biggs has to attack Biggs. He can't attack the Y-Wing or the Bandit unless they would somehow get out of arc. The shuttle has moved up 1. Here comes Sunta. Oh, I think Sunta just hit an asteroid.
Yes, he's rolling for damage now. Oh! And he's lost his...
No, asteroids don't count towards
it's
a hit. Only firing, so he's still got his extra defense dice. But wow, what a time to take the first hit in the game. And that's the point where you look at your dice and think, why now did you fail me? You have failed me for the last time, dice.
It's not good hitting an asteroid in a non-shielded ship.
Because I mean, the Intercept only got 3 hull points, and now it's down to 2. That's really bad.
It's a third of its life gone.
There comes the B-Wing up for a 1-bank. Very nice move there. He's definitely spreading his forces. The Y-Wing and the Bandit going after the shuttle. Which is actually quite smart. The shuttle can't do it. The shuttle has a turn. It's got 2 turn, but it's red, and so to get it move around, you kind of have to stress it. If the Y-Wing can stress the shuttle, that shuttle's going to be a sitting duck for most of the game.
I'm really loving this formational thing that John's going for.
Isn't it beautiful?
Because it looks absolutely gorgeous.
And do you know what? Biggs has got a shot on the shuttle, so I think he's going to take a target lock at this point. Oh, yeah, here we go. Yeah, he's got a shot.
Just the one.
Yeah.
Just the one. What was a focus?
Yep, and he's not choosing to use this.
I guess he wants to save it for the because remember that everyone's going to fire at Biggs. So range 3 for the Y-Wing. So it can't fire its ion cannon.
Nope.
But it can use its primary. But it is stressing itself to use the R3A2 to stress the shuttle, which I think is the best thing that could happen. That shuttle can't do a tight turn.
He also can't stop.
Yes, which is that's very important.
So he's going to have to move.
And there's an evade from the shuttle, meaning that shuttle surprisingly actually evades that shot. BTLA, he can't.
He can't.
He's out of range. He can't. He's out of range.
Yeah, it does say 1 to 2 quite clearly on there. He might actually be in. He might be in range because he's slightly further forward. Yeah, there's not really very many non-red manoeuvres on the Lambda. The Lambda can only move 3 forward, 1 bank either way, 1 forward, 2 bank and 2 forward to be able to move.
They were indeed not within range. It's a good thing I went out
there. It is generally quite a peacefully intended ship, as it's generally meant to have a load of escort to do all of the crazy manoeuvres for it.
So there's a hit to the shuttle, I believe.
And it's a shame that with the introduction of the ejection system on the new Houndstooth, that they couldn't have introduced. They might hopefully they'll introduce a similar thing for the shuttle, as that front section would eject if the ship was about to explode. It's amazing what you learn when you read the books.
Yeah.
So
he's Darth Vader.
He's Darth Vadering. The shuttle is taking 2 hull points or 2 shields off to do another crit to Biggs, which takes off his 2 shields.
Ouch.
Wow.
Well, Biggs has lost his shields at this point. That's not good.
That's pretty cruel.
Yes.
Yeah, Biggs needs to be taken down, though, with the fact they have to shoot him. So it's probably worth doing that.
I mean, this is quite interesting. I didn't even know that John played X-Wing, because last time I played him, he he had some Ewoks in the Star Wars card game,
They
and unfortunately beat me with teddy bears.
Hey, those teddy bears are rock hard. I grew up with those teddy bears.
throw rocks. I don't know. I don't get what people. I never got that. People would say, "Oh, your rocks are terrible. They're for little fun fuzzy creatures." Yeah, they were going to eat the main cast. They were going to eat Luke Skywalker.
They captured them all.
Yeah,
You
they were
can't
gonna eat- Chewbacca was a 3-course meal on his own. You know.
Yeah, they wouldn't. I don't think they'd have eaten Chewbacca. They'd be picking most of the gristle out of his teeth.
Oh God, ouch. Okay, so dials have been set down for the next round. Obviously, there were no shots towards the Phantom and the Interceptor at the top there. No surprise there. The B-wing didn't get a shot. Biggs, the Bandit, and the Y-wing did get a shot though, which was nice. Didn't do much to the shuttle though. I believe it was only the 2 damage suffered from the poor Vader. I'm
Yes.
just going to go and double check that.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Because it looks like they've only got 2 shields on that thing, so I'm just going to double check that.
Yeah, because it actually could have hit from the Y-wing. And so they're allowed to check the dials until everyone's satisfied. I assume we were going to see a decloak from the Phantom, otherwise that Phantom is definitely going to hit the asteroid. Hopefully he'll come in. There's a 2 decloak. Hopefully he'll come in very fast because he needs to close that gap before the Omicron pilot takes much more damage.
Yeah. So 3 left at the Omicron. I imagine Sunta's going to come scream up the field with a 4 forward, I think.
Yeah.
The Phantom is going to play the safe game. I think it's going to go 2 forward, but then maybe turn in, keep itself at range.
So why would you take Whisper over Echo?
Whisper, when the Whisper cloaks or decloaks, he gets a focus, which again, he assigns a focus. So, I think it is.
Yes, it is, yes.
Yes. So, and there we go. The Bandit at this point, I think, is going to block that shuttle.
Yeah, as we say, the shuttle can't really move very far. To clear the stress, he's going to have to do one of 4 manoeuvres, really.
Which if he goes forward, he's going to bump. But if he goes back, he's probably going to end up in the arc of the Bandit.
Looking at his dial, I think he's going to hit whichever one he decides to do.
We have a bump from the Y-wing, sadly. That could cost John a lot in this match.
I think it was a tactical bump.
Yeah, tactical bump so that he can definitely shoot with the Y-wing. I think that's his aim this turn. Plus, also he clears his stress, so he can stress them again next turn.
Yeah, whichever. I think.
What are you talking about?
I'm just looking at the TIE Phantom's dial.
Isn't it ridiculous?
It's like all turns and not much moving forward.
No, it can't do a 1 back, it can't do a 1 forward. It's one of the few ships in the game which can't do 1s. I think even the standard Skyfire can't do 1 forward. I think most
Can do a tight one though.
Can do a tight one, yeah. It can do a tight turn one. So, and the shot was banked. But he's not bumped.
He missed, but he's still in arc.
Yeah, and I think
he's not bumped.
I think the shuttle may have to attack it Biggs if he can. Or he may just get a shot on Key and Farland. Sorry, not Key and Farland, 10 num.
Yeah.
What a move.
Wow. The fact he hasn't bumped there, though, it means that the actual Z95 also gets a shot on.
Yeah. And
so
what a move by John. He predicted where that shot was going to go. And that's the name of the game, prediction of where you go. So here we go. Phantom screaming forward by 3. He did decloak, so he did a 2 forward beforehand as well.
And he's going to recloak there because he's out of range.
No, he's going to focus it up.
He's focusing.
I think he's hoping to catch it. Because it's worth noticing that Whisper does have an advanced cloaking device. So if Whisper does indeed hit, he gets to cloak immediately.
And here comes Suntir screaming up, as you said, at the
5 forward.
5 forward. Now, do you think he's going to just bank in just to get that?
I think he'll bank in to try and get that shot on Biggs, because Biggs could be killed this round, and Biggs is really messing up the attack plan for the Imperials at this point. It means that all ships have to attack him, essentially. He's using push the limit.
So
he gets 2 actions. He's going to use 2 actions. He gets a stress token for doing so. But of course, Sinterfell, because he's Sinterfell, he gets a focus for doing that.
Does indeed.
He's barreling away. I think he's going to then boost forward.
And bank in.
Boost bank in to the left. And there we go.
And I think he's actually...
Classic interceptor move.
Yeah, trying to stay out of arc.
Looks like he might have just still be in arc of the B-wing, but the B-wing hasn't moved
The B-wing
yet.
hasn't moved. I think if John's called this, he'll bank the B-wing.
And
He hasn't called it. He's
No,
done
he
it
hasn't.
forward. But he could still barrel roll if he wants to.
Yep.
Yeah, there we go.
Uh,
There we are, the B-wing barrel roll. He wants to kill Sunta. Sunta is the longer Sunta is alive, the more dangerous he
And
is.
it's reasonably quite easy with that Mangler cannon.
Yeah. However, it's worth noting that the B-wing, I don't think, can benefit from Biggs's. He's using Mangler cannon,
Yep.
so 10 numbers fine with the Mangler cannon.
Because if he does wipe this guy out, he's.
That's a crit and a hit. Because he's got a. No, he didn't get a focus.
No,
So
it's just
one
crit.
crit. Well, Sunta with 4 defense dice probably going to evade that. But let's have a look at the roll.
Now, where's the roll?
Where is the roll? Oh no, he's
damaged.
He's damaged. He rolled it into
Damaged cockpit.
Damaged cockpit. Well, damaged cockpit after the Sunta is pilot skill 0. So Sunta fell is now pilot skill 0. What are you looking at?
Oh, don't know.
Sunta fell is pilot skill 0, and that means he's now shooting last and firing first. Sorry, moving first, and firing last.
Yep.
But his stealth
And
device
stealth
is
dice.
flipped over. He has lost the stealth device. Oh, what a shame! Sunta's nearly dead.
That's really quite amazing. It's 4 dice and you don't roll a single evade. It's quite unusual.
Mm.
Oh, that's a focus, I think.
That's 2 hits.
2 hits
Onto
on
10 down.
2 shield down.
2 shields, 1 left.
Yep.
So, well, not 1 left, but 3 left.
3 left.
So 2 down on 10 down.
Oh, that's 4 hits. I believe this is the phantom shooting.
yeah.
And 1 evade. So that's 3. That's all of his shields gone.
All the shields are gone.
So
Wow.
10 numbs now down to the hull.
3 hull points, not a lot, but at least he's alive. Fire control system is engaging. That means Whisper gains a target lock on the B-wing and can cloak immediately because he has advanced cloaking device.
Indeed.
Wow, that's incredible. Actually, it
And
was.
he gets a target lock on Suntir.
And of course, the B-wing also gets target lock on Sunta. Technically, missed opportunity. And hello, the Juice 84 crit went right through due to 10 on. Yes, 10 on ability. Crits can't be cancelled with defense dice.
That's true, yes.
Mangler cannon, perfect choice for 10 num. What an attack.
Thank you, the Juice.
Thank you, the Juice. Completely missed that. And an evade by that meant that's 2 damage on the Omicron, remaining him down to 1 shield left. But can
reroll.
Bandit spending the
That
reroll.
looks like it's 3 and no
That's shield taken off the Omicron.
and it's 1.
One
So that's
damage.
two damage there done.
You get my size mixed up.
It's easily done.
Yeah.
And he's ionized.
And he's ionized. He's only got 1 ion token. It was worth
That's
pointing
3
out.
damage.
This could be deadly. Deadly.
And that's a 1 evade, I believe. So
So,
that's another 2 damage.
3. Wow. This is a game where it's anything to play for. BTLA using the ion cannon. Here we go again. Oh, 2 more hits. That means that's 1 hit if it goes through. Well, it's going to go through. So
Wait a second, how did he ionize in the first?
Oh, I think he's. Has the bandit got something? What?
No.
Bandit? No. I think it was mine. I think it was simply your mistake. Actually, there's no. It was stress.
Oh, stressed, yes,
Stress.
of course.
Yes, he got stressed. Yes.
Yeah, for the R3A2. Yeah.
1 hit, 1 evade.
So is he going to get ionized? No, I don't think he suffered any damage from that ion cannon.
Well, it was an attack on the on Biggs.
And Biggs, 2 damage.
2 damage, 2 evades.
2 evades.
Oh no, 1 evade.
2 damage. One's a crit.
Direct hit.
Hits. I think that's Biggs gone.
That is Biggs gone.
And
Direct
those
hit.
hits.
Oh,
wow.
Well, that leaves 5 direct hits left, so that's
There is nothing left of that X-Wing.
Yep. Biggs
obliterated.
was completely taken out.
And so is the Omicron pilot.
And so is the Omicron. Wow.
Oh.
So that's using the fire rule because they're both at 2.
No, they're not.
Yeah, yes, because he fired.
Yeah.
What happened there was the Gold Squadron pilot, who's
fired.
at pilot skill 2, killed the Omicron pilot, but because they're the same pilot skill, the Omicron pilot gets to fire at whatever they're targeting. So therefore, before he's destroyed, he gets to shoot.
Well, they both lost a ship in really the first two exchanges.
This is really looking quite favourable towards the rebels here.
That is quite true. Since he only got one hull left, 10 will rip right through him, and he's careful. And Whisper, 4 hit points against 4 of 8 dice. Not liking the chances.
Oh, even if he loses another ship, he's still able to pin that Phantom in.
So here we are, back to planning phase. So what do you expect to be seeing here, Alex?
So I expect Suntir to do a K-turn.
He can't because he's stressed.
Yeah.
Oh, is he stressed?
He is stressed.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He is taking a while to decide what his manoeuvre with Suntir will be.
I think the B-Wing will probably do its short K-turn.
I don't know, it may try and catch that Phantom. Remember, it's a 8 dice will walk nothing if it hits with an angler.
Okay, so
That's true.
what I'd probably try and do is I'd try and wiggle my way with the Whisper to take up Tennom. I'd then use Suntir to follow through and either take out the Gold Squadron or the Bandit Squadron.
There's the decloak from the Phantom.
Yep, and of course.
And here
Hang
comes
on,
the first
Suntir should have moved first there.
Yeah, I'm going to go interrupt that.
Yep. So just Suntir, basically because Suntir is currently sitting at 0, Suntir should have moved first there. I do think actually the barrel roll, K-turn from the B-Wing is actually sensible because it could then catch the Phantom in its firing arc, especially as the Phantom's moved forwards on its decloak.
You know, I'm going to lose a lot of weight by him today, I think.
We haven't got that much to lose.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Okay, so here we go. Suntir moving first, which means they're snoopering the B-Wing.
See, this is why I thought the B-Wing going for a K-turn would be a good idea.
3-4, which is a green on the insert, Doug, if I'm not mistaken, Alex.
Is it? Let's have a look. Yes, it is a green, so it'll clear that stress.
Clear the stress very easily. Looks like your Baron will live to fight another day.
And it's
boosting.
He's
trying to catch that Y-Wing. I doubt the Y-Wing will be there for much longer.
No.
But at least if it is, then it means it gets an attack at least. Which right now, I do think, surprisingly, I think the most dangerous thing on the board is a combination of Tennum and that Gold Squadron pilot.
Yes. If that Gold Squadron pilot can...
He's barreled as well, so he's probably definitely going to keep that Y-Wing arc.
He's got stress and he's got the focus from Suntir's ability.
So I actually thought Suntir would be out of this. I think he's actually the exact opposite.
Yeah.
And there's a 1 bank from the Y-Wing in an attempt to clear its stress.
That might have actually...
no, it's not.
It's out of arc.
Oh,
Is he? No, he's
in, and he's crashed, or he's bumped. Has he got an R2 astromech in there, though?
Yes. Yes,
Yes,
he's got the R3.
No, he's
got
got
the
R3. So he can't clear that stress, sadly, since only the 1 forward and the 1 bank on... So the 1 forward and 2 forward on the Y-Wing are green. And that's a good point, Juice. 10 plus VI is a great Suntir controller. Yeah, it is good Suntir. Oh god, right into the way. Oh, I suggest you barrel roll that TIE Phantom.
He's got
Although
push the limit on it, so
although
he can
if that B-Wing is doing a 2K10, it may just crash.
Well, if he's done a 5, is it 5 the other one? Was it 3?
I'm just saying
That's
that.
2.
And here comes the B-Wing. I think it indeed does crash.
Yeah,
yes, it
2K,
does.
he's crashing.
It's crashed. Oh dear. Okay. Well, that could have worked better. That actually was not a bad move by the Phantom to block it, because that Tenon would just ripped right through that Phantom. The Phantom lives on its evade dice, and Tenon ignores evade dice.
Of course, Suntir now. Why is Suntir firing first?
Why is Suntir firing first? Yes, that's a good question.
So he's got to keep... Oh, he might be measuring range for the stress token. Yeah, Phantom... Yeah, the Phantom's just firing now.
Okay, the Phantom is firing. Good, I'll have to go and run for reinforced disputes.
That's 3 hits.
Well...
And that's 2 evades. That's just the 1 damage.
Wow. And that's on to the Bandit?
I believe so.
Still, while we only have 2, so...
And he's successfully cloaked. Yes, the bandit's only got one shield on now. And
It looks like that.
he's looking to see if the bandit's got a shot now.
Yeah.
He's stacking the tokens up, isn't he?
Yeah.
It's. I don't think that. I think that's why he's going to take quite a bit of damage this turn.
Yeah, but at least it stressed the Phantom.
That means he can't decloak. Is that right?
No, it can decloak, but it can't recloak.
Ah.
Oh, that's going to be devastating for that thing. There was one from the Y-wing, right?
I couldn't see. They're rolling the dice and picking them up too fast. Now it's Suntir on the Y-wing.
Here we go. At this point, I think poor Ben has realised that how deadly that B-wing is. One hit. Well, that's better than nothing.
And he had to use his focus token for that.
It was a focus.
And that's a
so
focus.
there's another one on the Y-wing gone.
Yep. Yeah, just. So I think this is actually.
This is a good game. I like this. This is.
I can't see that that Phantom lasting very long.
No, I think that B-wing is gonna keep the stress, take its turn, and try and hope that it gets. It's got a target lock. It's got a target on Suntir, I think at least. So it could try and take out that Phantom if it wants to.
Yeah.
It's probably not going to do much, but it's worth a shot. And bear in mind that if it wants to, that bandit could potentially block that Phantom as well. Of course.
I think that's probably the best idea. Get that bandit in.
Assuming it doesn't decloak to the left or right, which is quite possible, likely to do. Because it can decloak using the side. It can't go backwards, but it can go left or right. Except you barrel roll using the 2 template.
I think this is quite an interesting situation because it did almost look as though that was going towards in the Rebels' favour. However, at the moment, it's up in the air.
Well, that's the thing. There's more on the left side. There's more on the Rebel side, but the Empire is more tricky and firing first stuff on the side. Well, not Suntir. Suntir's now 0. But,
yeah, Suntir's like, I have a headache.
Is there 2 stress on there?
Yes, there's 2 stress because he can use the R3 droid when he's stressed. He just has to receive another one. I think you can't care about the stress too much. You just have to go for it, which is important, I think. But there you go.
I think that's going to be quite limiting though, because it's going to limit you to white and green manoeuvres, which
that is true.
There's no K turns now for that Y-wing.
True,
which would be fine if you still have the turret, but. I know.
That's the risk that you take when you're locked in the forward arc. That's the risk, is that you won't get many shots off. When you do, they are debilitating, and they will leave you as a sitting duck. That's the hope, at least.
Yeah.
Which it pretty much did leave him as a sitting duck for the first few rounds of combat. Of course, you don't want to use it on Suntir because Suntir will just get another focus token. So.
Indeed.
So there's a cloak to the other side of the B-wing, masterful cloak there. I'm actually thinking the Phantom may actually turn. Do a 1 turn and try and catch that B-wing.
Yeah.
Because the B-wing's not going to be able to K-turn, so it's definitely not going to have an arc. Quite a smart move there.
Very smart. Hopefully,
however,
John has realised that.
Yeah, if I was John, I would have turned that Y-wing as 2 turns. Oh, damage cockpit.
Yeah, because he's 0. Make a point. Oh, he's bumping.
He's bumping, so he's losing his action entirely. And he's still stressed though. Actually, no. The 2 turn on the interceptor is green. So
is
is
it green?
He bumps the Y-wing, I believe.
Meaning 2 turn is a bit green.
Meaning he can attack the bandit if he wants to. My hope is that he's banks the bandit and he's turning the Y-wing so that he can hopefully get
green. No, it's just a 1 forward by looks.
I think he's trying to cover his arcs so he can know where the Phantom's going to be. I'm thinking the best one is going to have coverage on the Phantom, which is the Y-wing. I think the Y-wing is going to do a 3 turn or a 2 turn, and hopefully have that Phantom in arc.
I think he's going to bump again, though. Oh no!
No, he's banking. So
banking.
He's trying to remove the stress. He does indeed crash. However, Suntir's in a good position here. He can once again completely open up fire
on
on.
that Gold Squadron pilot.
Yeah, that was a bad move. Naturally hindsight is a great thing, but well, actually, he may still have an attack on the fact now the Phantom's going to move. If I would have done two turn.
Yeah.
Move the bandit forward a bit more. 2 turn to make sure that you've got the B-wing covering the upper right,
And there's
the
a
bandit
2 bank
covering the
coming
back.
in, so it could be a double 2 targeting on that Y-wing, in fact.
He's probably going to barrel roll that Phantom if that's the case. Keep it out of arc. Oh no, he's going for a focus.
He has removed his stress there, so
I think because he gets to attack first, he's going to be cloaked anyway. So
yeah.
I think he's relying on his evade dice, which is what you got to do for a Phantom sometimes. The Phantoms live to get out of arcs, really. And here comes the B-wing.
Oh, maybe he can.
He probably could get an attack on Shunte this turn.
Yep.
He most definitely get an attack on Shunte, which means Shunte's
He
probably
could,
going to go down.
could he barrel roll backwards towards the Phantom?
But here's the interesting thing. Now the Phantom's got to choose. Does it take down the B-wing? Does it take on the range 1 bonus for the? Oh, here we go. First attacks.
Oh, of course, the B-wing stress still. Yeah. Oh. Wow.
Oh wow.
The B-wing just took out the interceptor with 1 shot.
Because 10 numbed higher.
Yeah.
Wow. Yes. Yeah. 10 numbed just took out Sintefel. Incredible job. I can't believe that. That was completely. I completely forgot about that.
That must be a crit he rolled. Because
Yeah.
he didn't even roll.
Yeah.
There.
Wow.
And he's used his target lock, which doesn't get anything. So he has
4 hits
4 hits.
on the B-wing.
Yep. And that's the B-wing dead.
That's the B-wing dead. So we all knew that was going to happen.
I think that's the best choice because the B-wing is, to the Phantom, the B-wing is the most dangerous.
It is,
Because
yes.
the Phantom could defend against the iron cannons quite easily, but not the Mangler cannon.
This is a really great game.
Yeah.
You just think the Rebels have it, and then they lose another ship because of some Imperial shenanigans.
This is going to be very, very difficult
It is
because
gonna
that Phantom
yes.
is incredible. He's just cloaked again. There's no shot.
We can't tell. We'll see if dice are rolled.
Don't
I think there's just he's picking up his evade dice. I'm not sure why. Yeah, he is. I think they've decided that it is within range. It's within range 1.
Oh, yes, he is. Oh, it's only barely. That must be millimeters there.
They're laying. They can see it. It looks like it's range 1.
It is. It's bare millimeters in arc there.
Hmm.
Oh, this could be double tap.
Yeah. Which if it double taps, oh my god, an ionized Phantom. Oh.
And of course, he could take another stress and
also he can't decloak because he can't reveal his maneuver dial. So, oh my goodness, this could be the move that he needs.
Yeah.
He's stressing the Phantom. He's attacking. Got to focus. Nothing to modify with, sadly. So there's the normal attack. All for naught. He's stressing again because he gets a second attack.
Yep.
Oh
Which
my
is
goodness! Brilliant move.
Prevents him completely from one hit. All the evades in the world.
He doesn't care though because the Phantom next turn, even if it gets in arc, it can't cloak because it's going to be stressed. If he can keep that up, he's got it.
Yeah.
But the question is, can he keep it up?
Use the tankiness of that Gold Squadron pilot just to move slowly, keeping the ability, and then just pile in with that Bandit Squadron really, because Bandit Squadron's still got the ability to move. So I'd K with that Bandit.
I think the Bandit's going to K.
He's got to K because he needs to get a shot on him.
Although my prediction is, in order to combat that, I think the Phantom will decloak. Actually, no, it can't decloak because it isn't ionized. So it will decloak to the left, probably try and block the Bandit.
Yeah.
So it stops its K turn and then performance maneuver. That's what I would do as a player.
Z95's K is 4, isn't it?
It says here
3.
The juice. Whisper should be able to pick those 2 off now, I would think. That would get it in arc again if it's played well. If she survives this turn, that is. Well, a double stress Phantom. The rule of thumb is never stress a Phantom.
Yeah, I can't see the Phantom getting rid of that stress now.
It's going to get rid of it. It's going to have to get rid of its stress this round. So it's probably going to do a 2 forward. Because what are the greens on a Phantom?
Greens on a Phantom are 3 forward, the 2 banks, and the 2 forward.
Yeah.
Probably going to do a 3 forward or one of the banks to try and get out of arc of some kind. It's interesting to see where it's going to go at this point. He's decloaking. So a bit of camera wobble there. Sorry, everyone. Oh, it's going the other way.
I think that's actually a sensible manoeuvre.
He knows it's not
Because if you decloak the other way,
he knows he's going to be an after the Y.
Yeah, the Y wing goes one forward.
That is true.
He's also going to be at range. He's going to find it very difficult to get out of that. And I think that is a K turn.
Yep. Of course. Why would you not K turn? It's just it's the move which you've got to do.
It's a very basic jousting ship. Is the Z-95.
Mm.
Unfortunately, he's not going up against jousting ships. So.
And
that is so well thought.
I know,
but
superb. He's not going to get it. He's not going to attack it this round, but hopefully next round he can get it around in time.
And he's got rid of stress as well.
I don't see why or how.
No, I don't either.
And there's the Phantom with a 3 bank. Oh, it's right in the arc of the poor. Well, could we see the Z-95 actually do some considerable damage?
That would be nice.
It would be lovely.
Z-95s are lovely little ships.
Apologise for our slight technical difficulties. We're having some problems with our camera, but we'll get. Oh, there's a focus. Reroll, and that's just nothing. It looks like.
Yeah.
That's a shame. That's such a shame when your dice fail you at such a critical moment like that.
I think using that R2, the R3A2, he shouldn't have taken the BTL.
No, because he could double stress something, as we've just seen, and that's proved critical in this, I think.
Yeah, no, I think if he took it, he shouldn't have taken the BTL. Oh yeah, I suppose, yeah. But it does limit him so much.
It does limit you, but however,
he's not going to get rid of the stress this turn.
No, he's not, and he never will. But it's like Tycho. He doesn't care about stress. Don't worry about the stress. I know you can't K-turn, but you just got to deal with it.
Yeah.
You've just got to roll with the punches, see what you can do, and make the best of a bad situation. Had 10 num survived, I think it'd be a much better situation than the Rebels. But I think without 10 num, there's not really much they can do at this point. They've just got to try and outlast that poor old TIE Phantom. And there we go. 1-4
forward. Rebel shuffle.
The Rebel shuffle, of course. The TIE Phantom's probably going to do a 3 forward, try and clear that stress and get out of the arc of the Z-95, which it will do if it does a 3 forward. Because 3 forward the barrel roll most likely, or a cloak if it doesn't feel confident enough. And here comes a turn from the Y-wing. Again, it's not going to have the poor thing in arc. We'll see if it can somehow get it in arc next round. Okay, here comes the TIE Phantom. It's doing a 3 bank.
2 bank.
He's realised that the Y-wing is dangerous if he keeps turning around. So he's turning itself in all the time to make sure that he's got one up.
Still a green manoeuvre.
Still green. He is still with an arc. He could barrel on out, or he could cloak.
I would cloak here.
I would cloak. You're not getting attacked, and you're not going to get attacked. Yeah, there we go. There's a cloak.
You only got it could be in range 1. Yeah.
Yes, in range 1. That's 3 dice coming in. Yeah, so that's 3 versus 4. You got odds favour the defender at this point since they've got more dice, but again the attack dice have more crits on them. There's a hit and a crit. Oh no, and total reroll. Okay, it's like a film. Total reroll.
Is that where they
that's one
how
crit.
to roll dice halfway through?
And a complete evade by the
complete evaded.
Well, we all knew that was coming. Now the advantage is that with the nerf to said Phantom, that's going to have to decloak before any other ships move. So John can try and use it to his advantage.
Yeah, he can't go left because he's going to hit.
He's going to hit the fact.
Now you can decloak across a ship.
Yes, you just can't.
You can't land on the ship. And I think if he decloaks the other way, he runs the risk of
going over the asteroid.
Yeah.
So he's got to go forward, which means John can use that knowledge to his advantage.
Yeah. I can't call this.
Yeah, it's a difficult one.
You've still got you've basically got the Gold Squadron as gravy there, because the Bandit Squadron and Whisper equal each other on points. But that Whisper is so agile and so easy to fly. I just can't.
There we go. Decloak forward as you called.
Yeah.
It's a mystery what the maneuver is going to be. Probably going to get turned. Oh no, it's a K-turn. Getting more coverage.
Sensible.
Getting more coverage on it.
Very good.
I predict since a bank would take it through the asteroid, that thing's either going to go forward or it's going to go left. So it's probably a good move for that. The Y-wing is probably going to maybe even just bump. I think it's going to bank.
I think it's safe.
Yeah, I think the Phantom's going to bank to the left.
Personally, think you should have reverse sensors on that Y-wing. It's driving like a truck today.
Sadly, they can't take a sensor, but there you go.
Oh,
one
Oh,
push the limit, get out. That's just within 3, I think. So if he barrel rolls out of range, and then
But if he gets that
can
distance,
he push the limit to take a?
he's cloaking. But can you see what he's going to do? Because he's got in range on the Y-wing. However, because he's got in range, it means the Y-wing, if it performs its 2-turn this turn, will definitely catch it in its arc. So I'm actually thinking that maybe Ben may just be able to pull this one out of the bag. 2 hits from the bandit.
And loads of evades.
And loads of evades, as per the normal Phantom. Actually, no, Whisper's taken another shield off. Whisper's lost its shields.
Has he?
Yes, Whisper's lost its shields.
When did that happen?
I guess it's been chipping off damage. We've not been noticing. My apologies to that, everyone. It is hard to keep track of people.
Yeah.
We haven't got a runner, sadly. We've got a hobbler, but not a runner. Sorry, Janine.
Maybe we need walkie-talkies.
I've been thinking of walkie-talkies, but there you go. Too much interference, I think. Okay, so I'm calling this now 2-4 for the bandit and a 2-turn from the Y-wing.
Yeah, definitely 2 turns.
Phantom's going to decloak forward and possibly do a 1-turn, try and maybe attack.
No, I thought he might do this. 2 turns to the side and then 1 turn, as you said, tight, to bring himself in line.
Ah, yes, so that he actually
So
would
he's
have...
got the range, and then he can boost in, get his...
Yeah, I think John has been perplexed by that one. Bamboozled, completely bamboozled.
I expect him to move that far.
And a target lock from the Z95 onto the Phantom.
Right.
So they're within range, at least.
Obviously, it's going to be a 2-turn. Oh, it's a bang.
No, it's a turn.
It's a turn.
And I believe he does have arc on that Phantom. It would be just barely, but he has
barely at range as well.
Yes. Means he can't ion cannon, but at least he can stress it again. And here comes the Phantom.
There we go, there's the 1 sight, which actually now brings him... Is that Justin? I think he's currently in the Z95's fire arc as well.
So as well. Of course, the Phantom fires first, being pilot skill 9. The Skull Squadron Bandit at 2. This is where that really hurts them.
What he's going to do is
he does get an action, but does he want to get quality on his dice, or does he want to... he's barrel rolling. He's playing it safe. Playing it safe. With only 2 hull and 2 evade dice, it's a wise choice, although he can cloak this turn.
I think he'll cloak.
Yeah, he will cloak. As soon as he attacks, he gets a free cloaking action.
Decisions.
What do you think's going on here, Alex? What do you think?
I mean, I think the biggest threat at the moment is the Gold Squadron now. So, if I was piloting the Phantom, I'd do my best to get rid of that Y-wing as soon as possible.
So 2 hits, and is that an evade? I think that's an evade. So it's one off the Gold Pirate Squadron. That's the last one. So he's down onto his hull now.
Well,
and he's got his target lock, and he's cloaked with his focus action.
Unfortunately, I don't think they have arc on that Phantom. I really, I love Phantoms. They're very good maneuverable. I think they're a bit too maneuverable. They're a bit too. I think the nerf has helped them, but they're still. If a very good Phantom player can still mitigate it.
Yeah. That Phantom now can.
Because there was a point.
Whichever way he wants.
There was a point where everyone except for Phantom players would agree that they are a bit too good at times, which I think explains the nerf. The nerf, I think, has helped it a lot. It's helped even the playing field. So a Phantom's not an auto win. It's a case that you must know how to use it, and if they can be predicted somewhat more. Whereas before, they could just go anywhere they wanted.
Yeah.
With all the knowledge of
especially with Echo. Echo was just sick with the old rules.
Echo was ridiculous with the old rules. What was it, like over 200 different combinations, something like that?
Yeah, it's I have managed to take down Echo, but I had to back it into the corner. But now it's
well, sadly, that Y-wing is not going to catch that poor thing. What the Y-wing? What?
If I was the Phantom, I would probably Oh, he's decloaking forward. I haven't gone over the asteroid actually.
He's hoping. What he's hoping to do is he's hoping to. You can't do it for obstacles. You can do it for ships. Not
All right.
right.
That's good to know.
I think he's hoping to bypass the ship, so he knows that he can't get covered by the Y-wing. And here comes the
Yes, that
5.
was-
Perfect predicted.
Yep.
See, I think John, in hindsight, now knowing how it's gone, probably should have spent the time clearing the stress on the Y-wing and then used a K-10 to get it in.
Yeah.
Um,
If I was putting together John's list, I would probably have left the BTLA for Y-wing off. I know it means that I don't always get that double stress. However, it does mean to say I can get an iron cannon turret no matter which way it's coming at me. And I think it's been proven by this match that it's not really effective.
well,
with this
it's not
build.
affected against a Phantom.
Oh,
That
might be a mistake.
may make the match different.
He can barrel roll out of one of. Oh, he might be able to barrel roll out of both though.
I don't think he can.
If he barrel rolls,
He can get
up,
distance, but I don't think he can get.
If he barrels back, he might just no.
I'm table flipping if he gets out because that's.
That's just in, I think.
I think it's just barely in. I hope it's just barely in.
He's definitely out of the Z95s.
Oh, definitely out of Z95s. But I think he's hoping to take down the Z95.
That's
The
range
Z95,
two,
Z95 has been chipping damage. So here we go. 3 hits.
Yeah.
Z95 can't avoid any of it but 1. So, but it is still fully shielded. So nothing.
Oh, that's 3 off.
Damn. Excuse my language.
Drat.
Is damn acceptable?
I wouldn't
Technically, it's
exactly call it.
Yeah, not these days. I just
Yeah.
it's a very archaic form of swearing.
Yeah, in the old days it would probably have been considered a swear, but I wouldn't really say it's a swear.
Good.
Ooh,
That was a damn bad maneuver.
So now we get to see the Y-wing shoot back.
Please be an arc. Please be an
Yeah,
arc. Please be an arc.
I think it's.
I think it's
no, it's not an
Dials.
arc. Yeah. So are you going to flip the table now?
Oh god, do I have to?
please, please don't. It's, no, I think it was bare millimeters.
Yeah.
And he's cloaked though, so he's going to have to. He can actually go forwards though. I think he has got enough room to decloak forwards.
I think Ben may have just brought it back now.
I think Ben's probably won this now.
I think we've got a spam bot in there.
It's very clear to see that Phantom is highly manoeuvrable, and I think the build-up of stress on the Gold Pilot's restricting its movement far too much. It's not a highly manoeuvrable ship in the first place. Oh, he's bumping again. I think it does clear 1 stress point though. The Y-wing, I think it's clears.
Oh, this actually could be interesting. It means they may have just caught the TIE Phantom.
Yeah.
They could have just caught it.
Yep, he's just cleared 1.
I doubt it's going to get out of arc this turn.
No, I think he probably didn't expect that. Yeah, he's turning in. He might be out of arc of one of them, but
he can't get out of the arc of the goal, and he can't kill the goal unless he gets a direct hit, which is
it's going to be difficult because he's already had 2 direct hits, hasn't he?
Yes. Yeah, so I don't think we're going to be saying direct hit.
This could be the coup de grace for the Phantom.
I think the Phantom will probably get rid of that. Will most likely get rid of that nasty piece of work at the front.
Well, it's questionable. Does it go for the bandit or does it go for the thing which will actually kill it?
I would kill my way. Well, going to the tournament way, I would take out Z95 because that's more points I've got rid of. The Gold Squadron Pilot, I'm not like to get rid of this turn. So if I'm going to lose,
he's opted to go for the evade and a target lock. So he's got an evade to keep that thing alive longer. But let's just see whether it works. So he's firing.
Yeah. He's going for the points. Wow! Oh, he's leaving it as it is. So that's 2. Oh no, he's target lock. That's 5 hits. I think that's a dead bandit. Oh, he did roll 2 evades though. So
well, he went down fighting. It was a respectable defeat for the poor
Z95. It's quite an interesting thing that to note that when you take damage, even if you actually go over the value that your ship can take, you do have to take those cards off.
He's got a range 2 shot with that Y-wing, so no range 1 bonus, but he gets 2 attacks. He also gets a focus because he cloaked or decloaked.
That's one damage.
Damage, not enough.
And 1 evade, I think.
Why are you not stressing him, you idiot?
No, he missed it.
He missed it. That's 1 evade misspent. Oh.
That's his evade token.
Come on, you can do this. You can do this. Just 2 hits. Well, I can only hit him once. Hit a crit.
And
Iron!
he's ironed.
Oh!
But with those 2 stress tokens, there's not much.
You can do a rebel shuffle.
I don't know. I think
you've got. Yeah, I think you're going to bump.
Sadly, it's the worst time for that to come up.
Yeah. And he stressed him.
He stressed him. He started to stress him. But I think it's a bit too late to call for that. And I think the opponent is arguing that attempt.
He's now. You take 1 off.
Oh no, he's decided that. Oh, he's double stressed him. So double stressed again, and okay. So that, and of course the ion does 1 damage. So oh my god, it's down. It's down to the whoever. It's sudden death because I say that if that Phantom gets an attack on that Y-wing, that Y-wing is
Phantom
dead.
can't decloak, which is the only downside.
Can't decloak. It can't remove the stress because it's doing a 1 forward as well. So which is a white.
So it does give
the Y-wing's
Y-wing
got
time.
2 rounds to turn it around.
Right. Not likely.
With 2 turns, it could work.
It's
Oh my good, my giddy aunt. Here we go. Y-wing versus I do love the Interceptor. It's a Phantom. I want to see a Y-wing take down.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
I've seen an A-wing. I've seen an X-wing. I've seen everything except a Y-wing take 1 down. I want to see a Y-wing take 1 down.
So if he'd had that turret unlocked, if he didn't have that BTL, he possibly could have.
Ooh. Elliot, have you ever seen a Hawk take down?
No, but I've seen a Hawk take down Vader at range 3 using its primary weapon, which is 1.
It's definitely going to be a bump here.
Yeah, which also means no actions for poor Mr. Phantom. Not that I think they mind. So a white 1 forward, which crashes anyway. So even if he did have an action, which he doesn't, he can't do anything. I think the Y-wing's in a better position here, but it's just a main case of how much can the Y-wing turn us around.
It's going to be difficult.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's going to be easy.
Yeah.
I never said it would be easy. I'm fully expecting.
Well, actually, 2 turns you can get a full.
I'm expecting John to do the unexpected and turn it left.
Yes.
Because I think Ben will predict that he's turning it right. If he turns it left, it's going to be a shorter turn radius. One thing, because we know that thing's going to go forward for 2 rounds.
Yep, it's left.
Yep, there we go.
And this is where you miss the turret shots.
He doesn't have a turret, right?
Yeah, no, this is where you miss them if
If he had one, yeah.
Yeah.
That when it's got 1 hull point left.
Yeah,
Oh, he's decloaking. He's decloaking forward. That's probably the worst thing to do. Because now he
should decloak to the side, get some distance. Then he could have turned in. Hang on, he's not taking his cloaking token off.
I think he's about to remove it in a second.
Because he can't recloak.
Yeah, that's important. I think it's important to realise that. I'm going to go and make aware of that.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'd have decloaked to the side if I was going to decloak. Put a bit of distance in. Then he could have turned in sharply.
Oh.
Yeah, he has to take.
Let's see.
Oh no, he could have actually moved just normal. That could have been just a normal move actually, not a decloak.
Yeah.
Because a 2 is actually a green manoeuvre. Yeah, because he's cleared his. Yeah, it's a normal move forward. Was that a decloak? No, there's decloak. Yeah, he moved forward normally, didn't he?
You move forward normally, yes.
Yeah. So now decloaked. And it's decloaked properly this time, yeah.
That Y-wing is going to have a shot on that Phantom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
most definitely.
No, it's not. Oh, he's playing the runaway game
Yeah,
because that Y-wing can't keep up with that thing.
he's playing for points now.
Playing for
How
points.
close are we to the end of the round?
Very close. I think it's literally the
So
final round.
essentially, he's won it on points. If
I really hate it when players do that.
if he can keep Whisper alive, the thing is, one mistake on he'll go down. He has to get one hit on it.
It's such a shame because I think John played a better game personally. And
Yeah.
If it came out of judge ruling, I would prefer, like, if judges made the account of who wins, I would prefer to say that it would be John because of the super flying. But then again, what are you going to do? Rules are rules.
Yep. And you can't blame him for playing to the rules.
Well, no,
But
of course
he could fluff, he could roll, he could land on an asteroid and destroy himself.
not.
Don't laugh, I've done it.
Oh, sorry.
That was pretty funny. Yeah, he's definitely
definitely
playing
game.
it. I'm going to run my game.
I'm going to run away until time is called game.
But actually, that could be bad because he could do green maneuvers, clear his stress.
Oh, apparently there's 15 minutes left on the round.
15 minutes.
So there's actually time which
Yeah.
there is time which that Y-wing could clear its stress and actually severely damage. Yeah, he's playing the runaway game.
I would use this time. I've gathered, because obviously when you're playing, you know the time a bit better than we can in here. I would definitely clear my stress off in this short period because your rounds are going very quickly. Bear in mind there's no shots, so you can quite easily clear off stress. I don't think he's clearing his stress off though. He's trying to close in and not clear the stress.
The thing is, if the Phantom could, because he can head off the Phantom essentially, almost, meaning that's what he's hoping to do. So
Yeah.
So doing a 2 forward, yes, it clears the stress, but in the long run, the Phantom can end up behind you because you're just
That's
moseying
true.
along.
Yeah,
That is an issue.
That's just going.
The Phantom is now going behind that asteroid. It's now in a position where he can corner that Phantom. If he can get ahead of that asteroid, if he can just get ahead of that asteroid, he can potentially corner that Phantom.
Come on, John, you can do it.
I've never seen a runaway game played on stream before. This is going to be interesting. Here comes the 3 bank from the Phantom.
Oh, maybe it's going to be a Giles.
Oh, God. Oh.
Oh, he's boxed himself into a rather awkward corner there.
Come on, John. You can do this.
He's cloaked again, but
He's probably going to decloak left and then use that extra lateral movement to get a 3 bank to go around next turn.
I don't think if he decloaks to the right, he's going to have to do a tight 1 or a tight 2.
Yeah, which then he's jousting towards
Yeah,
the Y-wing. Does he
don't
want to
wanna do
start
that.
doing that? Yeah.
Not 1.
Oh, he's doing it!
Oh, no!
Oh,
That's
my
not
goodness.
Good. In fact, do you have to do a 1 there?
He could do. He has to do. He could manage a 2. Come on, you can do this, John.
I kind of want the Phantom just to accidentally fly off.
Clearing the stress. He's only got 3 stress left. Can he just catch that Phantom before it gets away?
There's the 1.
Oh, he's turning the Phantom around. That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's
got no choice. No, he can actually. I think he's going to go to the
yeah,
right.
so he's going to decloak
to the left now.
and then try right. Which, John, turn that thing to the right. Predict where he's going. You know he's going to go.
He's keeping those asteroids between them, so it forces the shorter maneuvers from the Y-wing.
It comes down to can they predict each other? That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
As many games X-Wing do.
Because
It's sudden death. The first because the Phantom most likely won't take out the Y-wing in an attack unless it rolls perfectly on a range 1 attack. So that means it has 2 attacks. Oh, it's going forwards.
that was a mistake.
He may have tricked John into thinking he was going.
That's true.
If he has, that's just sparkling. Oh, I think is he?
John's
He's
going
doing
1 forward.
Oh,
he could barrel roll behind the No, he can't. He's got to move.
he's got to move. It could be a.
He's
no!
bumped.
That means no attacks. Oh,
So what was that?
that was a groan of frustration because now it means that the poor Y-wing can't attack that damn Phantom.
But the Phantom hasn't been able to cloak, so he's limited to what he can do this turn.
Yeah, I just damn you, man, damn you.
I don't think
Damn
the
to
Phantom
hell.
used the push. Yeah, he's got nothing he can use to take his actions first.
God, it's a close one, isn't
It
it?
is.
I really don't want this game to go to time and then it just being 1 out of points difference.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it will be unfair.
I don't want it to be a runaway game, which is what it's kind of. Oh my god!
Oh,
Oh no!
I think he made a mistake and chose the wrong side on the dial.
He did, and this may work with Phantom. If he gets in a hit, that means the Phantom could one-shot it. That could be a tactical nightmare. Oh no! It's a hit. That's another hit on the Y-wing. Ouch! The Y-wing is now very vulnerable, and I think this is where the Phantom is going to smell blood in the water.
That's really bad. See,
I know.
I probably would have. Problem is, it's a tournament setting. I'm a player who doesn't really worry about winning too much. I like it when I win, but I don't worry about winning. So if I'd known that he'd made a mistake and gone onto the asteroid, but in error, I probably would have let him redial.
There's a lot of like for example, I think, and I'm only going to set my own view, Twitch. I'm going to say that now. This is my own view, and I know I don't represent Athena's view or anything. I'm only a volunteer. I don't like it when players at the beginning, like if you fall off the board in the mid-match or end the game, then that's fair game.
Yeah.
But we've had a player who, you know, or at least I've seen a player who played here one time who went off the board because he literally put his dial the wrong direction. He flew off the board in the first, literally from deployment, right off the board. And the opponent said, nope. And I damn that opponent furthermore to wherever damnation, because that is very bad form, in my opinion, as a player. Very bad form. I mean, it's lesser of the law, like it is within the rules, but there's a case of do you want to follow the rules to the letter and be that guy, or do you want to give your opponent at least a fair give your opponent a fair crack of the whip?
Yeah, on the first turn, that's just ridiculous. It's like it's obviously a mistake.
Yes, he made the mistake. I don't like it when players turn mistakes into bludgers to hit their opponent with the head. You made a mistake, whack. Never make that mistake again, and I'm punishing for it. You know.
Well, he went due to the fact he actually flew across. He's taken a crit. And it's a oh no! It's even tighter now.
No, that's it. If the Phantom catches it, it's all over.
Yeah, I think Ben can smell blood now. Well. So I think he's going to turn in and just try and get that last shot on. And then it's going to be such a different game. He hasn't really made use of that BTL system.
He has. He made use of it quite effectively. It's just he can't turn around for it. But the whole point is exactly like a shuttle. The shuttle only lasts as long as you can keep the people in your forward firing arc. He slow rolled that thing until the engagement happened, and then it started having trouble. There's nothing much you can do about that. That's why you have other ships covering the wire.
This is good play. Letting your opponent move your ships. So we have a very, very good group of players.
Yes.
In our own home store.
I think my opinion has made people go away. We've gone down one listener.
Oh, right. 9 listeners.
We had 9 listeners. We had 10 before I started going.
Oh right.
Well, I think that's
probably the person who knew you were talking about him.
Well, he's probably playing out there. I don't know. I don't know. I can't remember who it was, and I don't want to remember who it was because I don't want to have that bad memory of that person.
I mean, I have actually purposely flown one of my friends off the board who, just to get him used to the fact that there are some players out there that do exactly as Elliot said. And I'd rather do that in a friendly game and get him,
It's one thing if you eye on someone off the board, and if you
he accidentally moved, so I called him on it.
Yeah.
That was to get him to, because he had a tendency of not concentrating enough on his dials.
We better change the subject. We're going down to 8 now.
Oh, we're boring now. Sorry. G2A. Why don't you use G2? Nice password.
That was a bot.
Sod off bot.
I'm not going to ask that question. 2 forward from the Y-wing. It's trying to clear its stress now, really?
Yeah, he needs
to.
That's odd. But there you go.
I'd probably say that's more.
It's a piece of glass.
Here we
piece
go.
Of grass.
Here we go. The Phantom has come up
behind.
Yeah.
First shot for a while.
Do you know what would be amazing? If that Y-wing clears its stress next round.
Yeah.
And then K turn.
Oh, it's only range 3, so it's...
Yeah, but 4 versus 2, it's not...
That's 3.
Dead.
Nah.
dead. 2 evades. You got him now.
Well,
Oh, no.
and a direct and what was that? A weapons malfunction. Oh well, that's the game done then.
Fist bump.
Fist bump. What a good game.
Wow. Well, that was an incredible match to watch it.
That does show how powerful the Phantoms are. That how long did he last with just 1 hull point?
Yeah. Well, there's not enough time, so we won't interview any new players for the match because there's not long left in the round. I believe there's actually a short lunch break.
Yeah, I believe it's about 9 minutes long.
Okay.
Right.
So yeah, over that 20-minute duration, we are going to have lunch. So that's about half an hour until the next match. Would you say 25 minutes?
Yeah, somewhere around there. I'd say 25 minutes.
Okay. So let's keep discussing. Well, yeah, that was a fantastic game, Jace. I like it. It was an even match game. You can tell that because it came down to 2 ships.
Yeah.
And that you can, if it's complete whitewash, there's usually 2 more ships left on one either side.
Yeah.
But because it was so even, it was quite clear that the lists were very even. It came down to player skill.
It got pretty close to the game as well.
It did get pretty close to the game. It got pretty close to being called at the end. Which, if that Phantom was still being alive and the Goldsmith was alive, who would have actually won on points? I would have thought it'd be the Phantom, but
Yeah, the Phantom would have. Yeah, because Whisker's worth far more than a Gold Squadron pilot,
fair enough.
even with all the upgrades.
That's true.
Because he had a lot of upgrades as well. So yeah, it was a very good match, and it shows just how powerful that TIE Phantom still is, even with the nerfing of some of the rules for him. And that also means that I still hate it.
A lot of people cried about the debuff, which I don't think is fair because it's still a very, very strong ship.
Yeah.
And it's got, and to be honest, I like ships that have their own little niche. And
yeah.
A Phantom is the ultimate interceptor. It's essentially an interceptor on steroids because it lives to arc dodge. Whereas an interceptor lives to arc dodge, but it's more about getting the attacks in and can survive a bit more than the Phantom because it's got its 3 evade naturally and also it has 2 modification slots, things like that.
Whereas a Phantom is like it generally ends up moving forward sideways.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is true. Yeah, because it gets lateral movement and just banks, so it gets more movement to that direction.
Yeah, with Echo, the Phantom is even more manoeuvrable.
Credit to Ben though, he did make the best choice of choosing Tendon to take out first.
Yeah,
Tendon was firing first. He was ignoring defense dice. He was the most dangerous thing on the board.
it would have been a completely different game, I think, if Tendon.
If Tendon survived, Whisper would have been
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
That's nice.
That looks like their lunch.
Yeah, it's interesting to see players kind of set up and pack away together. I actually like watching it. That's why I've kept their camera. I'll switch on the booth cam so you can just see us while we're talking and things. So, yeah, I mean, the meta right now has shifted towards tricksy ships with arc dodging, and there's not much of a focus on swarm. It's more about action economy and what did I say before?
Arc dodging.
Arc dodging, yeah.
Yeah.
As Kyle pointed out to us.
Yeah.
That there is a bit of a shift heading towards upgrades and stuff which adds crits, like with the TIE Phantom and modifications. I mean, the new Palpatine card that come in the rating, that's quite powerful. I mean, yeah, the Palpatine card takes 2 crew slots and 7 points.
He's that big. He takes 2 crew slots.
Well, that's good balance because it means that you can only run him on a shuttle or a decimator, which I think is great. It's good, very fluffy. I like that.
All the Raider.
All the Raider, yes, of course.
Let's face it. Yeah, Epic doesn't really see much tournament play.
We need to have an Epic tournament.
Bronze Epic, it does take so long.
It does, but it's really fun.
Yeah,
you know?
It's a sort of a weekend.
Yeah, that's a weekend thing.
Good tournament going, I'd have thought.
But yeah, the Palpatine's ability is really strong. I think we'll see a lot of Palpatine because his ability is anytime a dice is rolled for any reason, if a ship at range 1 to 3 rolls a dice for any reason, it may change its dice to any facing. For any reason. Go over an asteroid, take that crit. Don't want that crit.
What's that, 99 points then?
Don't So I believe it's unlimited power. That's right.
That's going to be really good actually with the fact that munitions are coming in. with the new wave coming out, you've got
Extra munitions,
extra
and all
munitions,
new
and you've also got obviously the
advanced
munitions.
homing rockets and things like
Yeah,
that.
the munition failsafe. So that'd be awesome, especially with the ion torpedoes as well, because you can get that damage on that center ship and then ionize everyone.
That's the point. It's for anything.
Yeah.
You can do it for any role whatsoever. So, like I say, if you want to ignore damage from an asteroid, simply turn that hit or a crit to nothing or focus. You know,
it's a shame you can't play alongside Ten Num.
Yeah, or Jan Ors or Lando
Yeah.
Calrissian. You know, it's a good thing they are kept their own factions. It's very interesting to think about what kind of combinations we could use. Chat, if you can think of any combinations that you could use for Palpatine, please share. We'd love to hear your opinions on them. It is nice. I have to admit, I'm excited next year because I'm pretty sure next year we'll get a Scum epic ship.
Yeah.
Which I'm hoping will be the Action 4 transport with the wild card as well.
Yeah, the guy from Rebels, because it seems with the future Tzago ship would be quite interesting.
Yeah.
Because you're having a lot of Rebel stuff coming out towards the end of the year.
Oh yeah, I can't wait for the Ghost.
And,
I mean, everyone's talking about Wave 7. Wave 7, nah, not so interested as Wave 8. Wave 8 is my wave. I love the look of the Phantom of the Ghost.
Yeah, the Phantom. I mean, I called it a while ago, almost a year ago, that the Ghost would be coming out at some point.
Oh, yeah,
and everyone goes, no, it's too big. Because the issue with the small Tantive ship in the Rebels TV series.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's a game at the end of the day. And yes, the great thing about X-Wing is that it's mostly to scale.
Yeah.
But there has to be some considerations from the fact that you have a game, you need it to be fun. It's a bit like Attack Wing. Attack Wing, they throw scale out the window because there's so much variation, you can't worry about it. There's at least somewhat adherence to scale in this.
It wasn't until they released the Hachette guides where they actually showed that the Ghost is the same size as the YT 2400 and 1300. So it does fit, and it's a very nice shot.
Well, it's about the size of Decimator. It's so big and bulky that it does require.
No. The actual proper to scale measurements are actually smaller.
That's
it's
all I know is that for the new one, apparently they've got a new peg that's made just to hold its weight.
Yeah, and it's heavy.
It's heavy.
It's quite deep.
It's deep, yeah.
It's about 3 floors, but when you actually look at the measurements, it's actually slightly narrower than a YT-24, and it's slightly shorter than a Millennium Falcon. It's just the depth of it and the amount of plastic, I think, is why they need the new peg.
Also, thinking about it it's essentially the second 4-dice attack ship in the game.
It's also a second ship that has a second ship.
Yeah.
The Ghost, the Phantom coming out the back of it, which is going to get really confusing.
The Phantom, TIE Phantom. That's why people thought they wouldn't do it, because it would be too confusing, but it's quite simple enough.
Yeah.
TIE Phantom, Phantom, TIE Phantom, Phantom.
That's going to improve, and the fact you can dock as well.
Well, we know you can separate. We don't know if you can
there is
dock.
a dock action.
Oh, there's a dock action.
Yeah, there is a dock action. It's revealed in the last Ghost one, yeah.
Okay, well, if you can verify that for us, Alex.
I'm pretty sure it said it in the last update for it.
I do think it should be able to dock, because otherwise it makes it a bit of you can have your auxiliary firing arc, but only until you eject the Phantom, but then you lose it entirely.
Yeah.
Which, somewhat. I do like that it's everyone was saying, it's a 4 attack type ship, but I imagine the dial is not going to be amazing on it.
No, then again, on the ship,
I think
it's quite maneuverable.
I think it will have a K turn, but I think it's also the reason why it doesn't have a turret. You know?
Yeah.
A 4-dice turret would be redonkulous.
Yeah, because it doesn't. It does actually have a turret on the TV show, doesn't it?
It does. There is a new turret command, which is a dorsal turret. That's what it's called.
I thought I had no stuff on the X-Wing panel. Unfortunately, not yet.
Yeah, it's going to be quite a good ship. But I do like the fact that there's a lot more Scum coming out as well.
Yes, it is nice to see that kind of stuff happen.
I'm really excited for the Bosk's ship.
The Houndstooth, yes.
Yeah, I completely forgot what it's called.
The Nashta yeah. Which, apparently the Nashta if you destroy the Houndstooth, it still counts for points, but the Nashta is essentially...
It's the same points cost, and it continues over.
It continues over,
but... You have to destroy both of them.
Yes. However, if you're running a 98-point build, the opponent destroys the Houndstooth, which is technically the last ship on the board, but the Nashta survives, you only get 98 points. Only if you destroy the Nashta do you get the final 2 points and get the full total win. Whereas if the Nashta is surviving and destroys everything else, then that player gets the win.
I love the fact that it keeps everything from the other card. All the upgrades, well, not the upgrades, but all the
Actually,
pilot skills and the.
They're on a lunch break till 2 o'clock now, so you can also take a small break.
All right.
Okay.
So
Just witness Andrew Castley take down Boba Fett with the last shot of the game.
oh, Boba Fett taking down the last shot of the game.
So it meant that he managed to beat Carl Turley.
Oh, we beat Carl Turley. Wow.
Ooh.
So we're going to take a break here while we go grab some lunch. So
Food.
join us in about 20 minutes when we'll come back and we'll over the stream. So see you in 20 minutes.
Yeah,
So who are we going to go for next?